Good morning and happy Saturday. So we're making smorgasbord breakfast for my kids today and literally under $5. So I got a box of Jiffy that I got from Aldi's for like 67 cents. And then I got a pack of Jiffy sausage that I got from the Dollar Tree for $1.25. And we're gonna make cornbread sausage muffins. We're gonna sprinkle a little cheese in there. It's gonna be great. Okay, so I have my oven set to 375 degrees. The box for Jiffy always says 400, but we're not doing that because I have an electric oven and for some reason 400 just burns and dries out my muffins. All right, let's make this mix. All right, so dry ingredients first. A little brown sugar. That is 1/2 tablespoon. One egg. To whisk. Optional, or you could use more milk. Oh, recording. Oh, you're fine. What's up, baby? Come on. A little honey. Guys, these are staples that you should have at home. If you do not have these staples, making corn mix the regular way is perfectly fine. Do not go out and get these ingredients if you do not have them. Milk, an egg, and the cornbread mix is just fine. All right, we're gonna set the cornbread mix aside and we're gonna clean up our mess and cut up our sausage. All right, let's cut up our sausage. Now, these are still a little semi-frozen, and that's okay because they're going to cook right along with the cornbread. All right, so this made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like to put about 2 in each muffin tin, depending on how much space I have. So, our sausage. Now let's build. So we're gonna spray our muffin tin. A little trick I learned is to spray your scoop. So I usually just stick it in the muffin tin and spray it. All right, let's set our sausage down in here. Again, I like to use 2 per muffin section. so they could get some sausage in every bite. All right, now we're gonna just scoop out and we want to make sure that we are coating it. So just covering it so that it can bake. So this mix will probably make 12 corn muffins. So I am going to set this aside and make another batch since I still have a good amount of mix left. All right. As you can see, I'm not filling these up all the way, just spreading it out evenly, trying to get it out of my scoop since I feel like I've lost my my nonstick in this second batch. Guys, this is an easy breakfast to meal prep if you have children that go to school in the morning, or if you want to just do something for Saturday morning breakfast. This is our Saturday morning smorgasbord. I'm going to put this out on a board with some fruit, some egg, some turkey bacon if they want to have more protein. And that is all that we have. That's what we're going to have for Saturday breakfast. I know this will keep them full. They'll keep coming back for more. And Mama doesn't have to spend all day in the kitchen. Today is Saturday. We're going to have a sheet pan dinner, maybe over some mashed potatoes. And that is all we have. Again, cost effective. And we're not in the kitchen forever. Most of these ingredients, again, can be found at your Aldi's, your Dollar Tree. Again, use what you have on hand. That is what we teach, right? Because stewardship is worship. All right, so here we are. I'm going to cover this a little bit more. And this is what I love, that at the end, I still have some left and I can figure out who needs more. And I can just use absolutely all of the batter and not let anything go to waste. All right, get the last scoops, last remnants of this, and we're gonna put it down in this one. All right, so we're gonna pop these in the oven, 375 degrees for about 15 minutes, of course, continuing to check them. All right, off we go into the oven. Again, 375 degrees for about 15 minutes. Because we are making our lives easy on this Saturday morning, we're going to line our air fryer with some aluminum foil, and we're going to spray it and stick our turkey bacon in there. All right, I'm going to take my kitchen shears and I'm going to cut this turkey bacon in half because I know that it will not fully fit. So I'm going to cut it in half. And then turkey bacon is very bland. My husband prefers turkey things over pork, and it's just bland. And so in order to make it a little bit more flavorful, I am going to sprinkle some of this mesquite barbecue that I got from the Delatra, and a little bit of brown sugar to give it that smoky, like brown sugary maple taste. So let's see how that works out for us. All right, so we are lining our turkey bacon in here. And turkey bacon is very moist. That's another reason why I sprayed the pan. And it does not take a long time. It'll probably take 6 minutes. So let's go ahead and sprinkle just a little bit of this mesquite on every piece. All right. And then a little brown sugar. Again, I have a half a tablespoon. And we're just going to sprinkle down in there. Then we're going to rub this in and let it do its thing. Again, I think 6 minutes, 6 to 7 minutes should be fine. We are going to be flipping halfway through. I'm just rubbing in that brown sugar and that mystique just for a little flavor, because baby, we over here, we love us some flavor. So this is what it'll look like. Okay, and you're going to pop that in the air fryer for, again, 6 to 7 minutes. Alright, now let's make our eggs. In the meantime, between time, let's check. Our onions are coming along nicely. They do need just a little bit more time, so let's work on our eggs. So by the time those corn muffins come out, we will have everything ready to prepare our smorgasbord. Got a little shell in there. Let's get that shell out. The easiest way to get a shell out is to use another shell. I don't know why they gravitate towards each other, but they do. I'm probably only going to make 4 or 5 eggs. I am a house of 4. I'm probably not going to eat. I don't know, maybe. I'm going to make 5 eggs. It's 5 eggs. Ooh, that bacon is coming along nicely. Alright, let's get us some milk, some salt, some pepper. That's all I really put in my eggs. If you have heavy cream and you like fluffy eggs, heavy cream will do the same as milk. Use that. We are going to use some milk, some salt, some pepper. Just a little salt. And some pepper. And we're going to whisk those bad boys up. And we are just going to put these in a pan, scramble them with some cheese. And that is going to be done. You already know what I say. Clean up your mess and then start your next process. Alright guys, there is a minute left on the bacon. Look at how wonderful that is. I didn't even get a chance to flip. Let's flip and see if the other side needs some time. I think we're going to flip and put it for another 2 to 3. That brown sugar is melting so beautifully. We're going to flip this and we're going to put it in for another 2 to 3 minutes to get that crisp on the other side. So we're going to put this back. We're going to set our time to 3 and we're going to see what happens. All right, in the meantime, we're going to work on our eggs. All right, we're going to heat our pan. Our muffins are ready. We're going to take those out. That is golden brown and beautiful. We're going to let those set. Our bacon is as well. pan is heating, we're gonna spray it again with some cooking spray. I do have the original canola. It's what I use. I get it from Aldi's. I still have some bacon out and some sausage that I'm also going to put in the air fryer when this first batch is done. And then we're just gonna do our eggs and build our board. All right, our pan seems to be nice and warm. Let's put our eggs in. Hey, beautiful.
Please take a picture of this. This page, right here.
All right, our eggs are bubbling up nicely. We're just gonna get our spatula in there and move this around, turn our fire down. I like to move my eggs from the pan because they are cooking within themselves. And then I like to sprinkle my cheese in this stage before putting it back on the heat. So we got a little Mexican style cheese here. Again, use what you have. If you have sliced cheese, whatever cheese you prefer, whatever is in your fridge. You don't need brand new ingredients. You just need what you have, okay? So I'm gonna incorporate my cheese into my eggs like so. All right. And now I'm going to put it back on the heat and let it do its thing. All right. Whoop, I got cheese everywhere. That first round of bacon is looking delicious. All right. We're going to take this out and add our second round. And honestly, I think maybe just 1 extra minute would have did it good. I don't like that it's looking so dry, so we're going to do better in our next batch. All right, flipping our eggs. My kids love a good cheesy egg, so this is going to make them happy. Good cheesy eggs. And I'm trying to get this all done before 9:30 a.m. My son and husband are going to the barbershop, and I want to give them something to eat before they head out. All right, my eggs are good. That's how I like them, nice and fluffy. All right, we're going to set them off the heat. Turn our heat off. We're going to clean up our mess and start building our board. All right, so I got this board from Aldi's a few years ago, and I think it's the best thing ever. We're going to rinse it off, wipe it down, and start to build. All right. Board is nice and clean. It does sit in a drawer, so I like to make sure that it's free of dust and all things since we are going to be using it as our layout. All right, let's start with our bacon. All right, we're gonna lay this bacon out. We are making that second round after I clear this. So let's start with our bacon. All right, we got bacon down in there. Wonderful. And our muffins, I am going to just dump these out. We did butter them nice and good, so they should just be popping out here. We'll say this is a little hot, but we got mom hands, right? All right, so we're gonna lay these like so. We're gonna put some more down here. All right, then we're gonna get our eggs, and I'm just gonna put a scoop in different sections so that they can just grab 1 scoop of eggs as they see fit. I'm actually gonna put this right here and then put a scoop of eggs over here. All right, we're gonna get our fruit. do have some blueberries. We've already washed these before we stuck them in the fridge. So we're going to put some blueberries in this corner. We're going to get the rest of our muffins, the rest of our eggs. We're going to get some, what are we going to get? Maybe an apple. All right. Pop these in there. All right, let's finish building. Again, we are using what we have on hand. I have this can of sliced mangoes. We're going to pull these out, put them on the board with a little bit of apple, blueberry, and we have a complete Saturday meal. All right. As you can hear, that air fryer is going off because we have our second round of turkey bacon in there. We're laying down our apple slices that I've just cut up, and that is Saturday morning breakfast. Happy Saturday, folks. I hope it is the most relaxing day. Get your stuff in and out and enjoy a day for you. I'll talk to you guys later. Remember, I love you, but Jesus loves you more. So whatever you do for the rest of the day, make sure you do it with love. Bye-bye.